And now the chair recognizes Mr. Terry for 5 minutes.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. Before I get to my question, I just want to express an observation here, and that, or a conclusion, that I'm very disturbed at this commission. I think we have now found the most secretive agency or commission on Capitol Hill. I used to think it was the Federal Reserve, but I think you guys take it. The level of non-information from this panel is frustrating. Circular discussion, and just in normal human nature, when there's a void of information, it's filled with some information, which leads to conclusions, maybe true or misplaced, that perhaps this is a politically run organization now. And certainly when we hear of whether or not there's votes or no votes or statements and state of approval or non-approval, and you get to say I don't vote, but yet that counts for a vote in the chairman's mind, is very disturbing. And so one of the recommendations I'd make, Mr. Chairman, is that perhaps we need to legislate transparency into this organization. And I'm disturbed or concerned that some of my colleagues on the other side of the aisle here seems to want to just ask non-related questions to the apparent dysfunction of this commission and its commissioner or its chairman. But help me clarify, because I think this is a key component here. On the high-level waste program, I want to know when was the policy to begin the closeout of the high-level waste program established at the NRC? And Ms. Finneke, when was that established?
I do not agree that the Commission established a policy of shutting down the Yucca Mountain program. This gets to the interpretation of non-participating as an affirmative act, meaning that it establishes an outcome, certainly, but I don't believe that having a majority of the Commission not participate in a policy proposal results in establishing a new policy.
Which is an interesting procedure that whether it's a tie or 3-1 or 1-3, we'll never know, then somehow gives carte blanche power to the chairman to proceed as he or she wants to. Mr. Magwood, would you agree that, or disagree? Would you agree with Ms. Vinnicke's statement that there was no establishment of a closed-down policy?
I don't think that the Commission has taken an active decision to close down the program. I do think
but the chairman has.
the chairman clearly set a direction towards close down, and as I indicated,
Mr. Ostendorf, I'm sorry to cut you off, Mr. Magwood. I just looked up and saw I only have 1:14 left and 2 other questions. Mr. Ostendorf, do you feel that this policy of close down has been established?
I was informed verbally by the chairman on October 1st of the intent to provide the direction that he has described to shut down the licensing activities. My document here I'm reading from is my comm issued October 6th, which I tried to convince my colleagues that during the pendency of the continuing resolution, the staff should continue to follow the schedule to complete safety evaluation report documents for Yucca Mountain.
All right. My 40 seconds left, Chairman Jaczko. When was the policy to begin closeout of the high-level waste program established? How was it communicated to your fellow commissioners and to the public? What are the documents? Are there transcripts of the votes? And what led you to this decision to close out? And you have 8 seconds.
Did I use them up? The decision ultimately was in a memo. Really the first indication was when DOE indicated their withdrawal of the application, I believe, which is in March of, I'm going to get my years wrong, 2010, I believe. There was a memo that was circulated to the Commission indicating that based on the fact that the application was being withdrawn, that the staff would be moving into closeout. At the beginning of the fiscal year, 2011 fiscal year, a memo was issued from our Executive Director for Operations, who's essentially the Chief Operating Officer, and the CFO, indicating that the staff should effectively begin closeout of the program. As Commissioner Ossendorf indicated, he then, and I was comfortable with that decision in my executive authority as chairman of the agency. I was comfortable with that decision and moving forward in that way. Commissioner Ossendorf then, as is his right, made an argument that that was in fact a policy issue that should have been considered by the Commission. The Commission did not support that. So the policy decision ultimately was made with the memo that had my concurrence issued in early October. And I think you have a copy of that. We can get you a copy of that exact memo.
Yield back. We're policymakers. We don't make decisions based upon memos. I'd like to recognize Diana DeGette for 5 minutes.